for you. Just open your eyes, you'll see it's true. Good times, sunshine, gonna be here in no time now. Bad times, gray skies, push them all away, turn them upside down. You're gonna break new ground, turn everything around. You're gonna live your life. There's a beautiful day headed your way. Keep your head up, you'll be okay. Beautiful day waiting for you. Just open your eyes, you'll see it's true. A beautiful day.
Welcome back to the Booga live stream. It is Large Project Thursday. Working on the Chiefs end zone inlay. Hopefully get some more done on this finally. Didn't get any more done on it since last Thursday. Again, just so much going on. But I do want to thank everybody for dropping in. If you're watching this now, live, or if you're watching this later, I do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the likes, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Subscribe. Trying to get up to 500 followers on Facebook, so that's our next goal. So that's what we're trying to go for. So we're going to go ahead and get right on into it tonight. Everything's looking pretty good so far. As like last night, everything is looking beautiful. So internet's working great right now. But let's see what else is going on here since last night. Just getting more stuff ready for the new laser delivery tomorrow. I'm going to be moving quite a bit of stuff tonight after the stream. I was going to do it before, but I was like, well, in case I have to block something, I don't want to do it during the stream, so let me go ahead and just do the stream first, and then I'll start moving some stuff around. So we're supposed to do grocery shopping tomorrow, but I ended up getting it done today too. It's like, let's just get it out of the way. Tomorrow's going to be crazy. What else is there? Something else going on tomorrow too, but I can't remember what it is now. I'm mowing. Hopefully I can mow. It's not supposed to rain. I think we've got like little chances, but and I'm halfway considering maybe running out and trying to get some done after the stream tonight, because after it's staying light out later now, and it's like, well, I could run out and try to get some done tonight too. Be a little ahead of the game for tomorrow, but I don't know yet. It depends, because if I do that, then I probably won't want to do much moving around tonight, which means I'll have to do that tomorrow too anyway. Either or, I mean, I guess it's do one tonight, the other tomorrow, or vice versa, so we'll see how it goes, I guess. See what I feel like doing. And I still got half, like, I got all the cold and freezer stuff put up, but I never got the normal dry stuff put up, so I still need to do that. Get the kitchen clean too, so. But yeah, tomorrow, and then Saturday, since tomorrow is my normal laser day, Saturday is going to be a lot of testing day, testing out the new laser, finding new parameters. Hopefully, I got a new little rolling desk thing that I can put the laptop on, so I can more easily move it around to the lasers instead of running cords and have to run kind of, not to go very far, but if I can bring up just roll the computer over to the laser and be right there, I think it's going to make things a little bit quicker and easier, so that'd be kind of nice. And I just thought of while I was sitting here waiting for the stream, I actually got a little set up early at about, when I say early and I had time, I had like 7 minutes before the stream started, that I was like, I didn't have anything to do. I was like, okay, I've checked that, and then I started double checking stuff, and that was even after the double check. I still had the 7 minutes going, And so I was just kind of kicked back, turned in my chair, turned the other way, and thinking about, okay, this is where the new laser's going, this is going to have to move, where am I going to put this, what's this going to happen? And then I had a thought, I'm like, well, need to think about it a little more. I had to stop thinking about it. But if it works out, it should make even having the rolling computer now even better, and things a little more, not compact, but I mean in a way compact, but just more usable, I think, is what it's going to be. Is my screen locked up? I cannot tell. Hopefully it's going okay. My Facebook, I'm looking over at my one screen, everything's looking good there, but my Facebook on laptop is not looking pretty, so I'm not sure how things are going. I'll give me just a second here and see if I can while I'm doing this from far away. Yeah, I can't tell. Yeah, my laptop just looks like a frozen screen. But it looks like my YouTube's going good, and the Twitch is going, so I think we're actually doing okay. It's just Facebook on my laptop is just saying, no, not today. And it looks like I'm getting messages, but I can't see them. John, is that you? I can't tell. Look. Yeah, let me see if I can refresh this, because I'm missing messages here that I just now realized. Crap, man. What in the hell is going on here? Let me try to... I was seeing things, but it wasn't working quite right, and I'm like, man, there's something going on here. And I look over on the other side, and I'm seeing messages that I'm not seeing on my laptop. So, sorry guys, give me just a second here. See if I can get this figured out. I don't know if I'll see past messages if there's messages there, though. Alright, let me see here. I gotta wait for Facebook to catch up with me. Can't tell if it's moving or not. Okay, there's my hand, so it must be working. Alright, well, let's get back into it. And if I'm still missing messages, guys, I am totally sorry, because I am not seeing anything. Everything's back to live, but I'm just not seeing anything. I did over there on the far side, which was what was weird. Looks like John was here, but I'm not even showing anybody here on the laptop. Facebook. The internet goes good, and then Facebook has to go jack with me. Wonder. Okay, it's saying I'm interacting as myself, not as the Booga box. That might be the problem. I've had that happen before. Let's see here. Let's log in through the Booga box. Live chat. Yeah, I'm still not seeing anything. Okay, I don't know what live caption words we're getting, but I just read pizza and I didn't say pizza. I don't think I did I? Alright, I'm done messing with it. It's driving me nuts. If I'm missing your guys' messages again, I'm sorry. John, if you're still there, send me a private message maybe. Because again, it's not showing me anybody here. It looked like I was seeing things on the other side. And I am just lost as what's going on here right now. But I'm ready to get back into chainmail. Tired of electronics. I still got a little bit of moving around of everything from yesterday's hookup. I didn't have him run the cords and tie it down tight and stuff. I was like, when you leave it loose, give me some extra, and I'll worry about doing all that, because we ran it behind my workbench is here, and so it's not down there all that great right now, so I still need to fix that, but he left me extra and all that, so that's good. But, yeah, I'm seeing green, white, and everything else, other than not seeing any messages, if I'm missing messages. I don't know what I was seeing over on the other computer, though. I mean, I was past stream, and it was where I had John in chatting with me, and just thought I was on a live one, and it wasn't. Could have been, I guess, possible. I don't know. One of those days, I guess. We're just gonna keep pushing forward here. And again, like I said, if I'm missing anybody's messages, I'm totally sorry. I am not seeing them. Other than seeing things in my head, I guess, but so I do have all the laser stuff that I do have to play with and stuff over the weekend too, but I do hope I can get some time in on this. Because I want to get it finished up because I am going to move cameras. I'm going to lose my wide angle ability and unless I change something at some point that as of now, I'm going to kind of lose that, I think, but it'll still be fine. The camera's done, the other camera works okay for what I want it to do. Could be better, yes. Could I spend money on it? Yes. Do I want to? No. I already got enough. But then I was thinking, I forgot. I gave, every time I kind of upgraded my cameras through the years, I passed the other ones down. My daughter's got my old Samsung camcorder that she doesn't use. She's got my old big Canon T3i, or T3 also. And she uses that, but the little Samsung camcorder she really doesn't use, so I thought about maybe trying to test that out and see. But I do remember some things I didn't like about that camera. So I'm like, The only thing I do that I really, really loved about that camera was the time lapse, because it would actually do it in pictures instead of video. Video is fine with how I do it in most things, but again, it takes up much more room than the way that one did it. And I just thought it was better. I mean, the only thing that wasn't better is if you want to adjust the time lapse of it. If you have a full video, you can adjust your time lapse, which is nice. When it makes it for you, you really can't. If you did it too fast, you can't slow it back down. And if it's already too fast, and you try to speed it up afterwards, sometimes it can look a little weird. But that's the only thing I missed from that camera. But anyway, everything, like I said, is looking good, other than if I'm missing messages, I'm totally sorry again. If anybody shows up at some point, just say, hey, let me know so I know if my messages are working. Because like I said, it looked like I was seeing them on the other computer, but on my laptop it wasn't showing me squat. But the laptop, it kind of locked up the video for half a minute. Hopefully it's going good again. Other, like I said, the internet's showing me good. Just the stupid laptop. I need to get in and figure out how to work Windows 10 still and tweak it down. I used it for the laser and connected it for watching video for this, and that's about all I've done with it. So. They might change here, like I said, once I get all this other stuff changed. I thought it was going to be done in January. What are we coming up on? February. So we're in month 5, so coming up on 6. About a half a year since I moved everything around. It seems like I'm getting ready to move around again. It's like, it's a good thing, I guess, because it's new, better equipment to do more and better, newer things, but so much time in that, I got so many other things I need to do. Luckily, the band stuff's dying down a little bit, but there's going to still be a ton of stuff I need to get done with that, too. Their normal yearly renewal for, server and domain names and all that's got to be renewed, and get things up for next year, all the music and all that stuff when I get it. And my own stuff, like I said, I've been testing out on a beta kind of sub-side of my own website to try different software for my website. And I kind of find some when I'm playing with them. One that I like, some of the options, but some I don't. And then the other software, it's like vice versa. It's like, well, the parts that were strong on the other one are weak on this one, but vice versa. The ones that were weak super strong on this one. I like this part better. I wish there was some way I could mix like 2.5 of the programs together that I've played with. Wrong way, dummy. And hopefully I get that. I need to get it narrowed down because I need to do some major update. And I want to get a photo area up for past bigger items where, I've got those on Facebook, but I don't have them on my website. It's like I want to show some of these bigger pieces and stuff that I've done that I'm not selling. So I need to put like a picture gallery of some sort out there. I'm trying to figure out how I can incorporate an upload area for doing laser etching. I can do it without a problem with people just contacting me through Facebook and stuff, and I can still do it that way. But if I can have it that way, it'd be a little bit quicker. One thing I don't like about those, and I kind of lose that. Like I said, I always like to contact people when no matter what the sale is. The sale is. If it's just a one bracelet order to okay, I'm getting whole necklace, earring, bracelet set with this and that, and some juggling balls or whatnot. A bigger order where they're spending $150. I like to contact the one single order or the multiple order. And when it comes to doing laser etching, there's definitely a lot of contact back and forth because I like to double, triple check that everybody's gonna be happy with their stuff. And nobody's ever come back to me and said, this sucked. So I take that as a good thing. So it does remind me if anybody's ever gotten anything from me, drop in and give me a review. I can use some more reviews in there. I've only got a few through all the years, and I'm like, got a ton of sales, don't get many reviews. And I get it. I'm not a huge reviewer myself, per se, but I do find myself trying to put forth more of an effort with these smaller companies and other chain mailers, because I buy chain mail from other people too. So, but even some of the smaller businesses I buy my supplies from, I try to always give them some stuff if they deserve it, for sure. It's going to help them, and I figure if I do that, maybe people do it for me too. So you can do that for me. But I've sold a ton compared to reviews, but again, a lot. Up until the last year and a half or so, more of my sales were in person at events, so that's a little bit different. But I have been selling more and more online. I've been pushing it a little more, but if you've been around, you've watched any of my stuff, I'm my own worst promoter. I need to have somebody that could promote me. I wish I had the money I could pay somebody to do that, because I'm sure they do a pretty good job if you find the right people, I guess. But I just, I hate promoting myself. It feels so narcissistic to me, and I know it's not. You can get to a point that it is, but it feels so weird to me to say, hey, come look at my stuff. It's like, I want to, that ring. I don't see nothing wrong with it, but that doesn't feel like it's going to break, but it's kind of weirdness to it. I'm not going to use it. Sometimes you'll get a ring, you can feel it's lost its tension, it's probably going to break. Normally it does after a second bend. That one kind of had that feeling at first, but it still had the stiffness, but it had a soft part in it. It was like tough, soft. It's weird. I didn't see anything in it, but I'd rather just toss it to the side. But hopefully Monday we will be back with the normal camera setup. I think I've got most of it figured out. I need to, right now, cords are just dangling everywhere. I need to, since I was changing everything, I need to kind of lay them back down, get them tied back down. I'll Velcro them up together and stuff like that. Get them tucked back in where they need to go. But every time I have a bad habit of wanting to lay it off. I'll have nice setup. I have the cord ran all nice and neat. It's perfect. It's going where it needs to be. All nice and tidy. And for some odd, crazy reason, it doesn't work. But it's either the cord, the plug-in, some weird thing. And I pull it all out, trying to think of this and that, and then it starts working. And so it's always, nowadays I test everything before I start tucking it in, and then I still have issues. I'll get it tested, everything's working fine. I'll go to leave it all plugged in the same way. But, I'll unplug it to get everything tidy, and then something screws up, and I have to go through. So I've got that part done, and I'm trying to double run it because I will be changing this main camera as soon as we are done with this project. This inlay. That's one reason why, again, there's several thousands of reasons why I want to get this thing done. One, I've just been working on it way too long. But, most of this year, the only time I've really worked on it has been during stream. So it's just going to take longer when you're only getting an hour and a half in, a week into it. That only gives you 4 to 6 hours a month when you've got something that's going to take about 85 hours total. So, like I said, I'm going to hope I can get more done. Next inlay, I wanted to do a time lapse just because, and then it's like I've just decided I'm not going to do a time lapse. And the next one, I am going to take incremental pictures, probably after every 3 lines or so. I'll lay it, take a pic, and continue. But I think that will speed up the whole process altogether without having to worry about getting the camera recording all the time. And that'll have less of a fight with the cat. And I've made my prototype cat protecting chair cover. Just some foam board, but I thought about making it all pretty and decorating, and put some, cutting out some vinyl, the fuzz, chair detractor or something on it. Now I'm just trying to figure out how I want to kind of not necessarily mount it to the chair, but have it with the chair so I can just easily flip it, because that has been another part of the problem with getting this done. Is he loves this chair, and when he's in it all comfy, I'm a baby to my cats. They own me. I don't own the cats. So if he's there looking all pretty and comfy, I just pet on him, and he's like, "You can have the chair, buddy. I want to do some chainmail." And I end up doing chainmail, but it's normally some other project I'm working onto on the other side of the on my other bench here. I've got 2 4-foot benches together, so I got plenty of room at the other end. So I'll just stand down there and work on something, But it's not what we're working on here, so. Like I said, even though he blocks me from it, I'm always still working on a little bit of chainmail normally at some point, somewhere, somehow. Where is he now? He didn't take my desk chair. I got up around 7 when I was getting set up for this, and he jumped up there. I looked around and seen him, and I was like, well, because for that chair, my cat blocker for my desk chair is an empty case, a pop case, cardboard box. It's got some bubble wrap in it. I put it in the chair. It stops him from getting in it. I looked around. I didn't see him anywhere, so I was like, okay. So I got up. I came over to the workbench. I was over here for like 10 seconds, just moving the camera, getting it adjusted. Walked back over to the chair, and as soon as I turned around to walk over there, he's already up there laying down, like he'd been there for a year. Looked at me, goes, "Meow." And I was like, "What are you doing, you little turd monkey?" And so I gave it to him. I was like, all right, let me do some other things. And I think that might have well sped up the process of getting ready for the stream tonight. And then he just kind of disappeared. I think he ran outside. Hadn't come in yet, so he finally got over his scaredy catness of last night with the installer being here, and he just freaked out till it was about 11:30, 12 o'clock when he finally started settling down, where he felt like he could get comfortable. Had to get on the floor a couple times, roll around with him a little couple different times, but he still wanted to run out. Alright, I need to mark these off here. We had finished up, that was row 160, we're now on to 161. 3. So I need to count this one, because actually we're one more row here, so that's 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is the first time we're actually going to start coming up on the bottom of the C now, so the red will start shrinking 1 to 2 reds every row. Well, actually more than that on some of the rows, because it ends, I think we got 6 more rows that have red in it, and then the red's done. After that, though, it should go even just a little bit quicker, because like I said, it won't be any counting. It's just the same row after row after row there for the next, if we go up to there, that'll leave us 30, so we're going to get about 20 rows that are exactly the same, then we go into the sideline, and then that's just a bunch of basically the same. So that's when it'll start moving along, I'm hoping. I shouldn't need any more red. I thought I had an extra bag of red, but I don't know where it's at. My other red that I got this 1/4 inch is slightly different color, so it's like, I hope I have just enough here. And if I remember right on my chart when I ordered my rings, that's why I thought I actually ordered 2 extra bags. When I got here, for some reason I'm remembering I had 1 extra bag. But there's definitely under 300 left in there, so that's under a bag. And, yeah, I don't have any more in the box. I looked through, I still got plenty of green and whites that I'll have to open before I'm done. But the reds, I couldn't find any more red unless it's somehow gotten into the middle of it. I didn't necessarily pull everything out of the big bag. I had a big, giant bag that I had all the rings for this project in. Oh yeah, 11. I already counted. So only thing left to do would be pull out everything, see if there's one more in there. But it's going to be putting it pretty tight in there, but, because, let's see, 30, 60, 90, 120, 140, 180. Yeah, that's going to be cutting her close. I will say that. That will be cutting it close. I'll be really running to the bottom of the well there when I get to those reds. Unless I have that other bag in there. I almost don't want to find it in a way, because I don't want to open it, because this red was slightly different than all the other red that I got from another order. So, I don't want to necessarily mix it. This will probably go into my slightly off red piles. It is red. Perfectly fine as long as I use it all. But it, like I said, it's a little darker, a little mattier than my normal red that I get. So I'm a little concerned with it in a way, but alright, I need to count these out here. Don't want to lose any of these for sure. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 1. Yeah. I figured I put too many, but get off me. Where are we at here? We're right at 30 minutes. And again, a perfect across the board night for the internet, according to the program. The very few I'd get, like these would be the scary nights on their normal night, because when this would happen, remember? Well, if you watch this, if you follow us anyway, we had 4 or 5 nights where I was at 0 and it was like, something bad is going to happen. And that's when the internet took crap on me again, and we'd had about a week and a half of just never knowing what was going to happen with the internet. So, hopefully this is good. Alrighty, let's get going. Yeah, but the next inlay, I might take a week. We might might do the jelly cube one day, one Thursday night after this is done to kind of show this off one night, have a little something to work on before we get into the next one. But the next one will be another portrait picture. So hopefully it comes out well. I've only done the one so far with the Mahomes portrait picture that I'm extremely happy with. I am a little scared that it was a fluke. Because you just never know sometimes. Sometimes I always wonder with some things that I do. Was this a fluke? Can I do it again? Type thing. So, was this an accidental greatness? So, it'll be interesting. I'm kind of looking forward to it, but I am also scared on doing it because if it comes out goofy, I want to hide it. And, 15,000 ring item I don't want to hide. So, we'll see. Like I said, it's got me a little scared, but got all my rings for it. Got a big old 12-inch square box that's practically stuffed full of all the rings I need for it. So, around that high 1,400 or 14,000 to the lower 15,000 range. It should be about this. I think I'm like 100 different than the Mahomes, whatever my Mahomes total was. When I got done with it, I was one row shy compared. And that, well, I guess when I'm done, it'll be the same because I was like, I can just extend that one row, top, bottom, whatever, to get to my tallness that I needed to go with on it. I don't know why it came out weird during my graphic, I was like, do I want to spend another hour redoing that when it's like I can either add one to the top or the bottom, when it's into that, it'll be easy enough to do. So I was like, yeah, we'll just do it that way. And then I'm debating on what's going to be after that. I'm hoping that one will go quicker, like I said, so that before the end of the year, it will be done, and I can get started into the next one, and the one I really want to start next. I do want to start it, but in a way, I almost want to wait because I still don't know exactly how all this is going to come together. I need to get more pieces of it before I can start kind of thinking about it coming together as one piece. So it's like, but it is the one piece I really, really want to do because it'll be the top border of this whole piece. And part of me wants to wait to the end to do it last so it comes together going kapow, but I want some kapow now. I want that kapow now. In a way. I mean, the portrait pictures always help. I think what's going to be the worst on this project is going to actually be doing this again because I'm already done. It's the first time doing it, so it's okay. I mean, it still gets a little repetitive, etc. But that's, since I'm going to put the end zones on each side of the piece, I got to redo. I'll be making this exact same piece again, but hanging the other way. That's, well, still a long ways, but just, 180 degrees around, so that's that's going to probably be the boringest, worst part of this whole project, just because it's like, I've already done this, and I'm doing it again. In a way, it'd be good for that to be the last piece, too, because then it's like, okay, it'll be boring, but when it's the last piece, it's like, you want to push that piece out. It's going to be like, okay, yes, you've done it, but it's the final piece, get it done and be done, So, it's one of those things, again, like I said, that keeps me up at night. Though, nothing's really kept me up at night, but I have not been able to sleep worth a darn, man. Past 2 nights. Last night I went to bed, and I fell asleep. I was asleep for maybe 20, 30 minutes. Kind of woke up, looked around, sat there. It was about 15 more minutes. I kind of fell back asleep. But I fell back asleep, and about 15, 20 minutes later, I was back up again. And so I sat there at that time for about 20, 30 minutes, was like this little cat nap right there, and because I was just sitting there, and the more I sat there, the more I kept waking up. So I ended up getting up, come down here, worked on a few things, tried to get tired. It wasn't until about, I don't know, 5:30 again this morning, it was like, finally, maybe I can go to sleep. When I went and laid back down, it took me another half an hour, finally went to sleep, woke up again at like 9. It's like, okay, let's get up. I need to feed the cats, get them a shot. It's like, okay, let's go ahead and go get the grocery shopping done, get that out of the way. And I was so dragging by about 11:30, 12 o'clock. I was just, my body was just, I'm so tired, I got stuff to do, but I can't think straight, so I ended up going laying down, slept for about an hour. Got up, been up since then, and so I've still been dragging most of the day. It's just, was the sleep the night before. It was about the same way the night before. I mean, I did sleep. I didn't get up out of bed that night, but I think I totally, for the night, slept another 5 hours by the time I was done. But there was, I slept for a couple hours, woke up. I ended up staying in bed, but I was up for an hour before I finally fell back asleep for a couple hours before I woke up again for a half an hour. So that's how the last couple nights of sleep has been. It's just that I cannot get a good, restful sleep. I'm comfortable, per se, but I just haven't been able to get good sleep. Just keep getting, the day before that I had like a 10-minute cat nap on the couch one day. I was up there chatting with the wife and daughter, and daughter went to go do something. I was still sitting there on the couch. Next thing I know, I'd fallen asleep and kind of sat back up going, oh, what? She fell asleep for about 10 minutes. It's like, just cannot seem to get enough sleep here lately. Probably need to use my CPAP more, but I need to go get it readjusted. I hadn't used it for years. Or I need to. I could never get used to the thing, but now, I mean, they're different now. I mean, I'm trying to remember. That was probably 12 years ago when I got it. I tried it for a little bit, but man, I could just not. I'd wake up in the morning with it off. I'd just yank it off, not realizing it. I just, And nowadays they have a bunch of different style masks that I think will help, because back then, when I got mine, they only had 2 styles. They put the first one on, and I wish I would have tried it longer. They put it on. I think the problem was when we tried it, put it on, and he started asking me questions. So when I started talking with this thing on, it was like a nose one. The way the pressure changed when I started talking open my mouth, it was just too weird. I was like, whoa, I cannot do this. And so I ended up going the full mask route, and that just, it wasn't working. And now I wish I would have tried the other one, but it's almost a headache, though, trying to go through the insurance and everything you have to do to get one of those. It's a pain in the butt, man. I mean, how you have to get the approval for it and all that. And once you get locked into a certain mask style, you're kind of stuck with it for I think it was 2 years before you can go through the thing process and get another one. Then if you need stuff changed on it, mine was an older unit. My wife has one now that gets updates if they want to change her settings on her thing, they can do it over the air. They just go on the computer, tell it to change, and it changes and all that. And I'm like, mine, I had to go in, they had to put a little card in to change it all up. So I probably need a new one anyway, but to get a new one again, gotta go through the sleep study things. And after that first experience with mine, I had to go through 3 of them to get the final diagnosis, because the first one they wanted to do as a baseline, where they didn't actually hook me up to anything. They just wanted me there to sleep and watch. So, okay, which my wife never had to do. She just went for one night and got her thing and done, So then they did that. So it was a couple weeks later, they called you back, and I went back for the second one. And, so I went back for the second one. That's the night they were going to hook you up and put you on a CPAP machine and test you for that night. So we did all that and blah, blah, blah. And I got a call back like 4 days later after the thing, figuring it was my test results. And they're like, we lost your results. We can't find them. They're not in the computer. got to do your test again. I was like, are you kidding me? So I went back for the third one, and I think that's just kind of jaded me and not want me to go back and do it again, because that was just... Or the first night I went, and they did the first test with nothing on me and stuff, they had me in this room that had an awesome, comfortable bed, didn't have me do anything, out of the ordinary, just said, here you go. Other than, I don't sleep by just on command. You command me to sleep, it makes it harder for me to sleep. It's like, I watch TV to fall asleep. I gotta have some background noise like that. I've gotta have something, I always put a timer on so it goes off, it shuts off once I'm asleep. But without a TV there or something for my brain to listen to and not really pay attention to, that's when my brain really keeps me up. If it's complete quietness and dark, my brain goes into overdrive, man. And so I gotta have something. And they were like, we gotta turn the TV off now so you can get sleep. And it's like, dude, it's I gotta have one to get to sleep. You guys can turn it off after that. We can set a timer on or something. But and sure enough, every 20 minutes they're like, you need to get to sleep through the intercom. I'm like, I'm trying. I'm sitting there just hooked up, Well, the first time I wasn't, and that was actually somewhat easier, and I prepared more. I actually stayed up for 2 days before I went. That might not have been the best thing to do to get proper results, but I want to make sure I slept. Because, like I said, when I'm told to sleep and they're trying to do stuff, my brain goes into overdrive thinking I could not sleep, so it was like an hour and a half there just constantly hounding me to get to sleep. And then the third time when I went back, they wanted me to sleep on my back, and I'm like, I am not a back sleeper. And they're like, well, we need to do this on your back. And so I sat there, again, I think this one was about 2 hours before they finally just said, okay, sleep however you want. Because I was on my back, and I sleep on my back. Well, and again, first time, like I said, the first time I went, the bed was comfortable. They had me on one of these airsoft beds where you adjust the number bed or some weird thing like that. Next 2 times was on crappy cheap mattress beds, and they were so uncomfortable. I could not get comfy on them, and especially trying to go on the back. And on my back started hurting. I was constantly flopping around, and I could not, finally I kept going to my side, and that's when they'd say, we need you to get on your back. It's like, my back is killing me sleeping on my back. It's just, so I don't want to go back and do any of them again. Maybe it'd be different nowadays if I went to a different place than the one I went to. Who knows? But, yeah, I probably should, but I don't want to just because of that whole experience sucked. Other than, again, like I said, that first night that I went, again, I stayed up 2 nights, and I had the greatest sleep I did on that bed. I woke up so energized that day. I felt great. It was so weird. It was, I think I slept for a straight 7 hours. I don't remember getting up or anything. Woke up, I felt refreshed, and I went in, actually in the morning. I slept all day. I went in at like 6 in the morning and went to sleep at like 7, 8 o'clock. It slept till the afternoon, so I got up. I was refreshed, ready to go, man. Still to this day, I don't think I've had a better night's sleep since then. It was so weird, and I almost want to get one of those number beds if that was what caused it, but man. And then the next 2 times was just awful. And again, I think part of that was probably, if you've ever had to go through one, all the little wires and the things they hook up to you, getting that crap out of my hair, off myself, all the little stickers. Oh, God. You think you got it all, you're done with your shower, you're like, okay, it's all gone. You're starting to dry off, and you find more, you're like, what? Turn the shower back on, back you go. I tried to do a quick shower while I was there, like, here, you can go get cleaned up and shower. I tried to do it there, and it was like, I mean, you get used to your home shower. You know how everything works. You get in an odd shower. Everything feels weird. It's hard to shower properly. I did a quick one, no. As soon as I got home, I took another one to get because I was like, that was a quickie to get the biggest gunk. Now I need to do the deep clean. One day probably have to. Getting older, they want to do all those other little weird checkups and stuff, and it's like, yeah, just let me get old. I don't need all this other crud. I already got enough. I don't have it, but there's enough in the family with the wife and the son and all their doctor necessities. We get enough doctor appointments in this house, I don't need to have more. Doctors are a love-hate relationship. I hate them, but you gotta use them. I guess it's just the fact they're getting sick. Who loves getting sick? It ain't no fun, so, being sick can constitute getting a doctor, but I will say, though, if you ever had to go to have your ears cleaned at the doctor and they use those little spray foam thingies, you can find those online yourself. I got one off Amazon. I only got to use it 3 or 4 days ago, and yeah. Now I don't have to go to the doctor every, 9 months to 16 months to have my ears cleaned out. My ears have always been a problem. I always have to get them cleaned out. They get so packed up, they don't like auto clean, I guess, so. And so I had the wife do it to me the other day because my ears started to get plugged up, and I was like, it's that time. It's either go to the doctor or try this thing. I was a little hesitant trying it myself, at home, not knowing, but it worked out pretty well. Popped the thing out of the ear just like it would if I was there. Saved me $25 in extra insurance costs. Well, I don't know. I don't even know what my insurance is now. Every year it changes. I haven't used it yet on this new plan for this year, so no idea what my rate is this year for insurance. Or going to visit. I think I only went once last year. I think that was 25. I don't ever remember. Like I said, every year it's a different plan. If I don't get it changed and working with them, if I stick with the same plan year after year, they pump it up so much, and it's like, well, if I re-register, and what's crazy, with them, the price drops. With the the plans are slightly different, but not so drastically that the price should be so drastically different, but, But I have, the past 3 years, I've flipped from plan to plan. I've been on 3 different plans now the last 3 years. Now we're back to what I had 4 years ago plan. The plan I had 4 years ago with a company, now I'm back to them. So, I hate insurance. I really hate health insurance. Hey, Bobby, good to see you. Sorry if I just caught that. I'm glad I'm seeing something. Like I said, I wasn't sure if the postings were working. I thought I'd seen some earlier, but then they disappeared when my screen locked up. But wasn't sure if anybody was here, and wasn't sure if my posts were working. So good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good night. I'm sitting here working on the Chiefs inlay. Is the audio bad? Background music too loud, maybe? Or does it have a real weird hum? I'm not seeing it in my graphic. That's normally what I look for. So if you can't hear me, that kind of sucks. Try to turn down the audio a little bit, so sound like I have hiccups. I had that happen before, but it was always showing up to me in my little graphic form on my program, and it's not showing that to me tonight, so I thought things were good. So I'm going to have to look at this mic a little closer. I might need to get me another one. I gotta start using my headset mic. I know it works well. I just hate wearing the headset. My head gets hot. You're muttering. Are you on Twitch? Yeah, I'm on Twitch and YouTube, so I would imagine, I don't know if they'd be the same there or not. If they're the same, then it must be a system problem. If they're good there in Facebook, then it must be a Facebook problem. I wonder if Facebook, I'm going to turn that music off and see if Facebook's not trying to... Yeah? Yeah, you're being vocal down there. I'm still... I'll check. Well, thank you, Bobby. Yeah, that's one thing I can't do is listen to my audio unless I had a headset on when I'm doing a stream. Because I tried to do that the first stream. Found out that you can't listen to yourself while you're streaming or you get a bad feedback. So, this is in Facebook. Yeah. So that's what I'm kind of wondering if it was if it's on all the systems at YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, or I'm having audio problems. And I know it's a me problem, software problem, and or mic problem. That's what kind of sucks sometimes when you don't have anybody posting. That's why I know I had some people here earlier, but the posts were there, but then I locked up and then I lost them, so I couldn't read them when I refreshed. They weren't there. I was confused. But yeah, the audio is looking fine according to my program, but OBS doesn't always tell me the truth. Like I said, Facebook. So I turned off the music. Maybe that would help. Facebook sometimes, if I've got the wrong music playing in the background, Facebook tries to block out the music, which can affect the audio. I've had that happen a couple times, but I pick music now that is supposed to be copyright free, that doesn't give you issues, but who knows? I mean, Facebook can get a little crazy sometimes. They all can, for that matter, but I guess the only way I could really tell that every night would have to be to wear a headset to be able to hear what's going on, to make sure things are good. Like I said, I got a decent headset. It's not super great, but it's what I use for PlayStation that would plug in the computer without a problem. Like I said, I just hate wearing that thing. I have to wear it during my racing nights and it drives me nuts by the time we're done. Well, hiccup. No, that was a me hiccup, not a Facebook hiccup, or an audio hiccup. Hopefully at least the video might be going good. Hopefully it's not glitching around like I've been having problems with here as of late. I guess one plus out of the craziness is better than none plus. Driving down the road, trying to talk while you're doing the video. Video is great, but yeah, the audio. Yeah. I haven't done anything to this mic. I have been, like I said, had my USB issues here lately, which was giving me problems before. And maybe this is plugged in through that whole same system, so again, I might have to look at that. I might have to do some test videos here this weekend and while I'm doing the other stuff, setting up the new laser, and see if I can get it. I mean, this was a cheap mic when I got it. It did work great at one point, and maybe it's just finally going kaput because it was cheap. I mean, it's lasted me for a little while, so I can't complain too much, I guess. If you do, let me know, and I'll help remind if I can. Alright, cool. Yeah, I gotta figure something out. I'll listen to it myself. I'll pull this video up. I wonder if last night's did that too. Because I did mean to go watch last night's, but then I got so busy cleaning up the kitchen afterwards, so by that time, Yeah, I want to thank you for the help with the tic-tac-toe board. Oh, no problem. I'm hoping, I mean, it looks good the way it come together. Kind of like that color. I know you're not into it, but, I went with the colors I had because that's what I had extra of. How long to make the strings. When I did it, I didn't really measure them. I can probably measure out what I've got on mine. I made them longer at first. I just took I took my string off my roll, put it through one half on the side of one half, a square, and I went halfway, put it through, brung it down, and brought it across, pulled it out, and pulled it out to that side. and cut it, and there was extra. Did the same thing on the other way, and then I put on the locking things, and just kind of snug them down, spread out the board where the cords looked decent enough, tied up the cords, cut off the extra. So my niece is gonna love the pink. Yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, like I said, I didn't have measuring, but I could measure it out. But I just kind of ran it through when I did the bottom side, and basically then I did pull it out and just made the other one the exact same length as that one before I did tie them up. Just so there's extra hanging, but you don't want them too long, because I was going to do it as one, but when I did a test with one, my string was almost, I think it was 19 inches long, hanging off the bag, and I was like, this isn't going to work. So I was like, okay, let me figure it out. Let me do two, and I'll just have two strings you got to hold on to, but they'll be definitely a lot shorter. So I tried my best to figure out where to put the outer rings for the strings. Yeah, it's basically the corners. You go through two on the corners, and a single on your lines that are coming down from your tic-tac-toe, one there. Same on your sides here, but you can go through two on those, and then again on your corner. Basically, wherever the lines were on your tic-tac-toe board is where I put my rings on the outside. And you could double up the rings. I only went single just because I was kind of testing it, and it worked. And I have thought about going back and doubling up those rings just to support a little bit, but I haven't had no problems, and I jiggled it around. I played with it for a while. I took it around one day for about half an hour. I was just kind of swinging it around, putting it on the table, just kind of sliding around, pick it up, take it upside down, swing it around, trying to make sure pieces weren't going to come out of it. It had to be quite loose before I finally started getting pieces to finally want to come out. So, not sure where to find you on YouTube. It's under the Booga box. Oh, yeah. Right? Yeah. YouTube, Booga box, yeah. Booga box under YouTube and Twitch. I think on Twitch, though, the Booga box with no spaces, because I don't think Twitch allowed you to have spaces. My corner rings look a little funny, but I think I got the other ones there. I'll send you a picture later this evening. Cool. Yeah, I'll give it a look. I mean, they are, the ones down here with the strings especially pulled through, it might look a little funny. I was just trying to keep it the minimalist I could, but still be able to capture it into a bag form. I did try it with having more side rings in there. It closed it up about the same, I would imagine. Well, didn't necessarily close it up the same. The shape of the top changed because you were pulling in, instead of pulling in from here to here, and you have this extra right there that's kind of sticking out. It wanted to pull that one in, so you got two of them there. And I didn't like the look of it, and it made it, when I was holding it up, it didn't seem more uniform. It seemed really bunchy at the top and loose at the bottom. So when I pulled those extra rings out, it kind of opened up the top a little bit, but it was still secure enough to hold everything. And so that's what I went with. You can add more rings to the outside to run through whatever you feel that you like. I already looked at Twitch audio. Problem is there. Yeah, figures. Yeah, it's a me issue. Like I said, I need to put in a bigger or an extra USB card in my system. Maybe unplug this mic and do some testing with it. But like I said, it could just be the mic. I guess I could. Yeah, I'll have to test and get my other headset out and see if I test that way and see if there's an issue with the mic. And if I put this mic on my laptop, I could do a quick audio test there to see if it is the mic too. Yeah, all the way across them. So yeah, some problem with my end, so it could be either the mic. Again, it could be just the plug-in. I might, can I do that real quick from here? Let me see real quick. I'm going to try to unplug it